Coming up on Mountain News this morning, Kentucky writers are honored in the state capitol, and some Eastern Kentucky organizations work to take classroom lessons into the real world.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
6:31 on this Wednesday morning. Good morning. I'm Dakota Makris. Thank you so much for waking up with us on this Wednesday. And let's take it over to everyone's favorite forecaster, Brandon Robinson, for a look at this forecast. And some would say he even brought the sunshine with him today.
I did.
You are the son that said that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't really agree with it, but.
Well, you know, actually, you didn't even notice it until I pointed out to you. My wardrobe actually corresponds to the weather today. Blue skies and sunshine.
Well, it was funny. You asked me, you said, what's the weather today, Dakota? And I was like, sunny. It is what it is.
I still owe you, you know, one of these at some point.
Do it on air.
Probably not. Probably not. You know, I talk a big game, but I'm.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't do it.
No.
You know. Anyway, let's get into the forecast this morning before we get too sidetracked and out of control here. We're seeing the Mountain Parkway near the Wolf-Powell County line this morning. Daylight starting to break. A little traffic up there this morning. We're going to be seeing that throughout the day. Temperatures a little on the cool side. 31 Clintwood and Monticello, 42 in Jackson. So basically low to mid 30s for the most part. Some low 40s on some of those ridges this morning. So again, those valleys a bit chilly. 35, give or take a degree or two. Some frost out there this morning. Frost advisory continues until 9. 65 and milder this afternoon. 40 tonight and clear. Some of those valleys may drop into the 30s there, especially if the cloud cover holds off long enough. Dakota?
All right, Brendan, thank you. Well, a mayoral forum in London Tuesday evening gave the three candidates a chance to share their vision for the city's future. Our Zach Hawk has a summary of the mostly friendly event.
The London Mayoral Forum is different from a debate in one key way. The candidates are not allowed to directly address each other and instead must focus on answering questions and offering rebuttals to the audience.
Now, this is not a debate, but a political forum. So speak to the audience or the moderator, but not your opponent.
The candidates are businessman Jacob Kirby, businessman Randall Weddle, and current city council member Judd Weaver. Each was given a 90-second opportunity to introduce themselves.
We believe it's a time that we as a community understand the accomplishments that we've made as a community, but that we need to go further in those accomplishments and understand that economic growth must happen.
Everything that I've worked for in my life, all of my experiences, whether it be work-related, friendship, whether it be municipal, government, education, all of it is right here tonight.
My goal as mayor is I want to make London open for business. We need to have the easiest city to work in that we possibly can have and cut any red tape and get London back to work.
The approximately 40-minute question and answer session was mostly civil, but in a press-only Q&A after the forum, things got a bit more contentious during the discussion about business incentives.
So your goal as mayor is to get tax breaks for your business?
No, I did not say that.
Well, you said you didn't get anything, and like you were upset
My
about it.
building's not even in the city limits.
Right,
So,
I understand.
and it won't be. So how am I getting tax breaks?
Well, it sounds like you want them to ask
No,
ask
sir.
for them. Okay.
How did I ask for them?
Well,
Any
since-
further questions?
Yeah.
The primary election will take place on May 17th in London. Zach Hawk, WYMT Mountain News.
Well, the top two candidates in the May 17th election move on to the general election in November. Now, the entire video of the forum and the video of the press-only question and answer session is available on WYMT.com. Kentucky writers were honored in Frankfort on Tuesday. This year's Kentucky Writers' Day celebration was held in person at the state capitol. Governor Andy Beshear gave Poetry Out Loud state champion Lupita Diaz a medal. She also recited some of her work. Kentucky poet Crystal Wilkinson also took the podium. She says she wants to amplify the voices of all Kentucky writers.
I take this job very, very seriously and think it's important for our young people to know that you can be from Kentucky, any part of Kentucky, and be a successful writer. You can be from Kentucky, from the hood to the holler, and be a successful writer.
Wilkinson announced a new podcast celebrating new and upcoming writers called Words for the People. Kentucky poet Frank X. Walker also shared 2 of his poems about gardening. You can rewatch the celebration on Facebook and YouTube. Eastern Kentucky businesses, organizations, and schools are working to remake learning. Remake Learning Days are back across the region with students and families invited to events in several counties focused on family engagement and hands-on learning. Organizers say the events are a great way to take classroom lessons into the real world, making connections for more than the students.
And when parents are able to learn alongside their children or learn about what their kids are learning about in school, that just adds a whole new level to learning, in my opinion, because it's real world connection.
Remake Learning kicked off last week and runs through Monday. This Saturday marks Independent Bookstore Day, a nationwide event that celebrates independently owned bookstores and offers deals for readers to take advantage of. Our Alyssa Williams checked in with one local bookstore owner about how she's preparing for Saturday's festivities and any struggles that come with operating one of the few indie bookstores in the region.
Saturday is for the book lovers.
But it's a lot of freebies, a lot of giveaways and signed books that are only available on this day.
Independent bookstore owners across the nation are preparing for Independent Bookstore Day on Saturday.
And that's the fun part for me, is knowing that, you know, I can have events here in Hazard and try to bring people in that maybe normally wouldn't come into the bookstore.
But for Eastern Kentuckians, there are only a handful of independently owned bookstores to visit.
One of the reasons why I wanted to do this was because as a book lover, you know, you get to the day where you're like, all right, it's Independent Bookstore Day, you're excited, and then there's nowhere for you to go in your community.
Mandy Sheffel, owner of the Red Spotted Newt in Hazard, says she's not sure why there are very few indie bookstores in the region.
We have so many talented writers in this area, so you would think that there would have been something before now.
But Sheffel adds that events like Independent Bookstore Day can help to remind everyone of the joy that comes with visiting a local bookstore, even in a digitized world.
I think it's important to literacy and a love of reading that you have somewhere that you connect to early on, and I think that's the real benefit. So yeah, I mean, I think every town needs a bookstore.
Helping to honor the bookstores that are here in our region. In Hazard, Alyssa Williams, WYMT Mountain News.
Owner Mandy Sheffel adds she has chosen to partner with several other local businesses and organizations for this year's Independent Bookstore Day. Today, Morehead State University will commemorate a special gift. The university has 4 new bronze bells. Well, they'll go in the Little Bell Tower. It was built in 1997 and was a gift from the late Lucille Cottle Little, a longtime Lexington philanthropist. The tower has been silent for years, needing repairs. The Student Government Association helped raise the money for the bells. There will be a ribbon cutting ceremony today to celebrate the addition. Well, summer is quickly approaching, and with that, state parks are gearing up for their busiest time of the year. But without enough workers, opening up fully could become difficult. And one state park is looking for seasonal help. Buckhorn Lake State Resort Park is preparing for a busy summer.
Some of the things we're doing is just making sure the grounds are ready. We went through all the rooms to do any repairs, that we need to do through the winter.
Park manager Chris Fugit says he is hoping to bring back in-person dining within the next couple of weeks, along with adding more buffets, which have been limited the past 2 years because of COVID.
We still do a lot here with reunions and stuff, and a lot of those reunions are people from this area right here where the lake is.
To help the season go smoothly, the park is looking to hire a handful of seasonal workers, including 1 full-time worker year-round. Fugit tells me he has brought on at least 3 full-time workers during his time at the park.
A couple cooks, a couple seasonal cooks, possibly 3. I'm looking to find a couple seasonal servers for a dining room.
He has a few of the open positions filled, but says each year it can be a struggle to hire enough staff, saying if you apply, experience in the position you applied for is preferred, but Fugit says they will teach you the ropes. In Perry County, Dakota Makris, WYMT Mountain News. Well, we are told the park has 6 family reunions and at least 3 weddings scheduled this year. Well, the first African-American owned distillery in Kentucky will serve bourbon during next week's Great Steamboat Race. Bro Brothers Distillery is owned and operated by brothers Vic Bryson and Chris Yarborough. They held a special tasting yesterday morning to determine which batch of bourbon will be served on the Belle of Louisville during the race.
we grew up watching this event. You know, coming from the west end of Louisville, being able to see this, and actually be able to participate as an official sponsor, that's really special, full circle for us. So we hope that everyone enjoys the event, enjoys our bourbon.
Well, the race is set to take place next Wednesday.
6:41 as we take a look at our UVA Wise camera. All quiet there this morning. Sunrise on the way up here in just a few minutes. Temperatures ranging from 31 in Clintwood and Monticello to 42 in Jackson. A lot of low to mid 30s out there, so bundle up in those valleys. Breakfast forecast this morning, slow climb as we get into daylight there just before 7 o'clock, and we'll continue to see temperatures climb quickly as we head toward mid to late morning. Dakota?
All right, Brendan, thank you. It's almost 6:42. Still to come here on Mountain News this morning. A major biotech company requests approval for a COVID-19 booster meant for children. Stay with us.